All right, let's do it. It's Friday Night Pints, brought to you by absolutely nobody.
Hell yeah.
Well, we got my man Marc Roberge. Is this your Pints debut?
This is my Pints
debut.
Yes.
Yeah, clap it up for the band. Clap it up for the guy. We're going to talk all about O.A.R. and their new music video. John was supposed to be here to talk about him being the star of it. He's sick, a.k.a. he's hungover because he went out boozing. But he says he's like, no, I'm sick. It's like, no, you're just getting old and drinking too much. But
One music video, he's already big time at you, man.
unreal, man. But I had this sleeve of saltines here, which is, I think, an underrated snack. And I got the Many Snacks God. His face when I said, what do you think of saltines? He was like, he did not like saltines.
These guys know the Many Snacks God. They saw it in person, what happens to the Many Snacks God.
Smited by that.
Bro, I'm so mad. What he's referring to is our episode of The Dozen in the tournament. It was, the category was snacks. For the first time in weeks, Clem didn't know it immediately. And the answer was Sandy's. The question was, what Keebler brand of cookies comes in pecan and this and that? And at the buzzer, actually after the buzzer if we're nitpicking, Clem goes Sandy's and Jeff D'Lo just goes, correct.
Wow.
And I hate it because I obviously love Clem and Eddie, obviously hate Dave. Didn't want to lose the match, of course. Any other time, I would be so happy for Clem to have that moment.
Yeah.
But now everyone's tweeting and pictures of Sandy's and they're putting these videos out and I'm like, ah! So I'll have to hate Sandy's and you forever now.
You're my snacking off brother, too.
I know, that was snacking off on snacking off crime. We are bringing back snacking off too. We're gonna do some goldfish and next week we got some Ritz crackers in the works. But when I mentioned saltines to the big fella, he looked like I said, like, what do you think about eating like goose shit or something? Yeah, I mean, I think the salted ones are fine. And they're just because it's just
better than
carbs.
fine.
Yeah, they're
Come
just
on,
like
don't
good.
be afraid. Don't let Clem intimidate you.
But I'm just saying, in the grand scheme of like,
You don't want to
like it's not. Listen, if we're talking crackers,
don't want that
You know,
smell.
if we're talking like Ritz,
Saltine's my number one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But you have a very basic
Over Cheez-Its?
diet.
Over Ritz for
versus
sure.
like a buttery.
Saltines are the only cracker that could
Over
help
Ritz?
your stomach.
Over Ritz for
Yes.
sure.
What?
Too buttery.
Yeah.
Too buttery.
That's the point. Give me the butter. Give me
buttery.
the salt. It's golden. And well, now you're doing. No, I guess it's a cracker, right? So Cheez-Its count.
So
Cheez-Its is a
Cheez-Its Club, even going, if you're doing like a cracker you put cheese on or peanut butter on.
I think that's what these are good for.
They're great. They help your stomach. Speaking of Mark, we got him here for Ocean's Calling.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing I've ever put on a rider for Pup Punk is saltines.
Saltine.
Knowing this is good to know because your dressing room will be fucking full.
I'm just saltine. But so I said, what do you guys want some saltines? Because Rudy said he likes them too. And he's like, nah, man, I can't. I'm on a water fast. And I know you're doing some ketosis shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, what, are you trying to get hot for the summer? And you said your trainer?
It was my old trainer for hockey.
Yeah, your old trainer. Dude, you're a civilian now, bro. You're not in the league anymore, dude. It's over.
It's like instilled in me. So I just hit him up for workouts every maybe once a year.
I can't wait till you need surgery or something.
Yeah.
You know, all these people staying active for no reason.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Your trainer. You're torturing yourself for what?
No, you're right. I'm miserable right now. I mean, he was just like,
Have a saltine.
You're gonna
Eat a
I
saltine.
can't,
Wait,
dude.
hold on.
Bro,
What does
eat a
water
saltine.
fast? Yeah. What exactly are you doing?
So he told me that he's like, you're
By
gonna.
the way, who wants drinks? You guys want a beer?
I want a beer.
I have my water.
I have my water.
Excuse me, can I get something light?
Yeah, so he said I'm gonna do ketosis. Like, if you want to be as ripped as you want to be ripped, then you're gonna do ketosis. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll do ketosis.
Being
Like,
ripped, what a young man's game that is.
Yeah.
Who fucking cares?
and then, well, I'm regretting it now. But he basically explained to me that if you do a 48, he's like, to start, you're gonna do a 48-hour water fast where you only have water for 48
okay.
hours.
That's what I was like. I thought this was something where like you don't have water because water fast.
You only have water for 48 hours. You can have like uncaffeinated tea, and you have to have salt water every morning.
Salt water? You drink?
You like put a tablespoon of Himalayan salt in water and mix it, because or else like you actually
What a made up bunch of junk.
No,
this
but
is.
you need the minerals in that when you're fasting, or else like you will probably like pass out or whatever. So basically the 48-hour
hour?
water fast. I'm like in the home stretch. I only got like 4 more hours.
So you've had nothing but water for the last 2 days?
What's the first?
The start meal has to be salmon and broccoli, which is a keto meal, and you can have like 4 almonds. 5. Yeah.
So that was what, Tuesday?
Yeah, that was Tuesday night, and then you do the next morning. You do salt water, and then all day you just do water and tea. And then
Are you just dying right now?
it's miserable, dude.
Yeah.
It sucks. It goes in waves. Like there's waves where you don't notice at all.
I can't do this.
And then
at all.
there's
I have no
waves-
self-control.
How many gallons of water are you drinking?
I put down like 4 or 5 of these a day.
Which, how much is
and
that?
This is a liter.
I don't know.
Liter,
There's
liter,
too much.
Cola?
There's
Is
too
that
much
kinda-
water.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, you can drown yourself, man.
True. Yeah.
There was
I
a girl.
could.
The reason why there are no longer any wacky like radio win the tickets if you do this like crazy shit is
I
because
heard about that.
one girl it was
Was your Wii for a Wii?
yeah, and she drank so much water she drowned herself.
She drank all the water, and they didn't like to win the Wii for her kids. They didn't like it was like don't pee,
And she
just
died.
killed herself.
At least that was
died.
for.
That's why there's no more of those contests.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
They
it used to be
disappear.
like you get local people and they come in and maybe you sign a waiver, maybe you don't, and now it's just like whoop, not doing that anymore.
At least she died for a reason. I'm gonna die for.
Yeah, it's true.
You gotta wait.
yeah.
yeah, I
To
mean,
be like the most in
I
shape
don't
guy.
think
are you fucking ripped right now, bro?
No, not really. I don't know.
I
You
have-
better be ripped after putting yourself through that.
No,
Yeah.
you take pictures at the gym every day on your gram.
Yeah,
No, I
that's the
don't. I've
thing
been to
though.
the
He's
gym
already
forever.
fucking in
That's
shape.
what I'm- yeah.
You're already hot.
He's
yeah,
trying to
no,
Are you
this
doing
is-
keto to complain about doing keto so girls
Yeah.
see you complaining
Fun.
about keto?
Yeah.
No, well, that's the other thing that sucks too. Is like I was like, oh, it'll be funny. Like the fast, I'll make content about the fast
You
because
do
that'll be
shit.
funny. But then I was like, at the end of the day, like no one wants to hear about your keto diet.
Nope.
Yeah, it's like
Nobody
making
cares.
content out of like travel nightmares, and people are like,
It's like
yeah,
showing
it
people
happens.
pictures of your kids and stuff.
Yeah,
They're
they
like,
don't
cool,
fucking.
man.
Yeah, like nice kid. Bro.
I don't want people. I went on vacation. Like, check out my vacation. What?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I have
Travel
zero.
rolls are a big
I've been
one,
putting
too.
down like pints of ice cream, and I keep being like, I gotta slow down. I gotta, cause like, it used, especially me. I've been the skinny fat king forever. It was like I have eaten whatever I've wanted forever. As much as I'm out of shape and like a mess, I got a great metabolism and I don't get fat. And now that's starting to stop. And I'm definitely getting fat, and I am definitely not stopping eating. Like every day, I'm like right now, I'm like, I am not gonna eat snacks tonight, and then at night, I'm like, I don't fucking care.
It's an
Physical pain from the ice cream though. Like,
Do I get physical pain?
yeah, like stomach pain. from
No, I get physical joy.
Wow.
If I got I wish I got physical pain, then I wouldn't eat it.
It's funky.
I love it.
Like you do. I had that metabolism thing. You know, eat whatever you want, do whatever you want. But then,
Fall off a cliff.
40.
Yeah.
Boom. Now I'm fucking.
Big man right here,
I
40
am
2 days ago.
fucking- I am hiding wrappers in the morning.
For your wife?
Just because I wake up and I look around me and there's
Yeah.
wrappers and I'm like, oh,
Evidence.
Yeah, this is very embarrassing. I'm like, it's
You're
just
in shape, bro. You're fine.
Yeah, but it's still embarrassing when your wife looks at you and goes, "Did you eat 2 ice cream bars, a Dorito?"
Yeah, that's
How old are you?
the
I'm
shaming.
Like, it was a 12-year-old kid.
I
who lives
know.
here.
I have the palate.
Heidelberg's in bed right now with that exact spray.
Yeah, but that's what he's famous for. You know?
Nose just twitching. He doesn't know why.
His ears itching. Oh my god, what's happening?
Yeah, man. The palate for me when it comes to like the snacks and desserts and stuff, it is like a little kid snacking off, man. I mean, like my favorite snacks are straight up childish. Like I don't like any of the fancy stuff.
favorite one?
I don't need my favorite is White Trash Entenmann's donuts. But right now the ice cream, the ice cream is the problem. I was not an ice cream guy until this year, and I just stumbled upon caramel cone flavor from Haagen-Dazs, and it is a fucking
That's the one.
nightmare, bro. I can put down quarts of that at a time. I love it.
Right to court.
Like the show, of course.
Yeah. I like corns.
Well, because what happened was I used to just like, again, I'm not an ice cream guy, so when I started, I bought it for the first time. I had like a few bites, and it was like, whatever, that was really good, but whatever. And then I started finishing it, and then I went to a Haagen-Dazs with my kids, and they were getting cones, and I saw like you can get a packed, they can pack you your own pint. And then they also said like for another $5 a quart.
egg.
And I was like, yeah. I honestly was like, can I just get the whole barrel? Can I just like take that round thing with me?
Yeah.
So that is like my new, because when I go on food runs, I'll do it with dinner. I'll do it like when I get on something, I eat it until I can't eat it anymore. And usually that's a couple weeks or even a couple months. And there's no end in sight for this.
Ice
You're on
cream
the
runs are the
savory.
most dangerous you
They're
can
so
have, too.
dangerous.
They're the most. I always say this.
They're
man,
like,
not good.
oh.
Dangerous because of addictiveness or
And it's
dangerous.
you're just
a
eating
lot of
shitload
calories, a
sugar
lot
at
of
night,
fat.
and yeah, all the fat, and it's right before you go to
It's
bed.
dairy and sugar and crackers mixed up. I mean, it's everything. It's like, oh, fuck.
And you finish that last bite of dinner.
Or
and
my
your brain's
man
like,
over
all
here
right,
and
it's
takes
ice cream.
water.
Dinner is
so mean.
This is the
I
worst
eat
shit ever.
I eat like how many bites? I'm like 8 bites I'm like a kid. I'm like, now I can have dinner. Now I can have dessert. The only reason I'm eating dinner is just to get to dessert. And
Your kids
I
are
am
cutting
fucking.
your meat for you.
Yeah. One more bite, Kev.
Yeah,
one
one
more.
more.
Are
Yeah.
your kids seeing you eat ice cream? Like, if you can do it, why can't
Bro,
I?
my kids eat like it's the Great Depression. They have chicken fingers and pasta. That's it. I even tried. I'm like, do you want to try some cookie dough? Do you want to have some chocolate? Do you want to have? And they're like, oh no. Anything new? They're like, no, I don't want it. Yogurt, pasta, and chicken, and that's it.
Gross.
How old is the oldest?
She'll be 7 in December.
Yeah, they're not in that range yet.
I guess so.
Like I didn't start.
When I was 7, I was fucking eating donuts and, you know.
Makes it easy for you, though, right?
Yeah. Like think about like you're a little kid. You get ice cream. You get like treats. You get Halloween and candy. At Halloween, they don't eat candy.
No, I didn't.
Wow.
It's fucking wacky.
And
man.
then I eat all
And
the
I'm your
fucking
dad,
candy.
like.
Then all the candy's sitting there, and then I eat
Yeah,
it like an asshole. And here you fucking.
Your kids not eat it either?
No, they forget about it. They love it. They'll ask for a piece of candy a day or so. You'll give it to them just to shut them up. But then I'm like, do I want a kid full of sugar in the house?
Yeah.
So I'm like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
And then it sits up there at 8 o'clock at night. You go,
Dude,
dad goes in the
and
house.
I have like a dark moment where you're in your house, you're eating old candy. It's fucking January, and you're sitting there eating it, and you're like, I'm throwing it out. I do it, and then you don't throw it out, and then the next day
tell you
you're
what
like,
the worst
tonight
is.
I'm throwing it out.
know you're
And
You know, the worst is when you
dark.
throw it out and then you go back in.
Oh,
It's in a wrapper. It's fine. No big deal. I'm eating out of the garbage. I'm like
a
disgusting
raccoon.
you. Yes, it's a dumpster diver.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the one snack Shay will have is chocolate chips, like you're supposed to bake with them.
Yeah.
And she just wants a little cup, and she just eats like one at a
I
time.
do the same thing to this
lucky.
day.
And I'm like, if you guys were to watch me, you would think that I'm like almost punishing them or being like, you only get pasta with butter tonight, no flavor, you know? But they love it, so I'm just like, all right. And I'm over here eating ice cream.
You're lucky, man. You're really lucky they're eating anything.
I know. I mean, I guess that's the game, right? Is trying to get them to like eat normal food. Yeah, just
Anything.
as long as you get the calories, as long as you stay alive, whatever.
100 kids that span
100.
every age.
Yes.
Bro, you have
I
100 kids and you're raising them all in Manhattan.
In
right?
seven
they're
How many
full
dogs
on.
do you have at this point?
Many, and they're all.
How many dogs, for
they're
real?
all- I had 3 at a moment. The 2 have now moved on. I think.
Oh, 2 did? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Thanks for bringing it up.
I thought you just killed the one and then.
No. But no, it's a busy household. You know, they're all there all the time.
And I mean, the city is no joke. Where it's like, my parents used to be like, my mom would be like, get the fuck out, like go outside and play in the backyard. Just get out of the house. You can't do that, right?
No, I mean we were trying to. They're begging. You know, listen, can I go to the park? Can I do? My one guy now, I let him do his thing. He's got out lunch at school.
He's old enough to.
Yeah, he goes for lunch, which is awesome. Because can you imagine?
Yeah.
In 7th grade.
Right.
So they're really good, but the young ones, you got to keep an eye on them, man.
No way,
The
yeah,
city
you
is
can't let
like
them out in the
the
city.
3 blocks from the house to the school. They see more weed, more
Yeah.
fucking at 7
There's
a.m.
OnlyFans models flashing people on 7th Ave before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're right on
OnlyFans
our
models
corner.
flashing?
On our corner, there was one model cutting the other's hoodie into like an underboob hoodie.
Hell yeah.
And then there was just a
Rock
bunch
up.
of like old creepy men filming.
I bet.
Jack said that they're probably trying to get a demonstration together to get Glenny Ball's attention.
And then there's probably like 4 like 6th graders, like
No,
going
exactly.
to school or like
Exactly.
New York. New York's just crazy. It's
Well, I
crazy.
used to. I one of the first like blogs I wrote was saying like 3 p.m. in New York City when the kids get out.
Yeah.
I'm terrified. I'd rather walk the streets at 3 a.m. in the fucking hood than walk the streets when the teenagers are out and they're like, get out of my way, old man. We're ripping cigs, we're drinking 40s. Like it is.
They're terrifying.
There's a great
They're-
My Chemical
they're so
Romance
cool.
song about that.
Oh,
What's
I
that?
want no
A
trouble.
great My Chemical Romance song about that.
Yeah, like-
Teenagers.
They're just scary, man. They're cool. Did you
Yeah,
grow up
shit
in the
out of
city?
No, I grew up in Rockville, Maryland.
Maryland, right.
Maryland boys. I moved here in 2002 and been here since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're staying here. You're not.
I'm
Going.
staying here, yeah. We,
I mean, if you stayed through all this, you're staying forever.
I'm telling you, we love it. We're always gonna have New York's part of the world because the kids are born there. They're like real ass New York.
That's what. So
You know what I mean?
it's
crazy.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
it's
crazy
crazy.
right now, and you might have to run into some shit where, like you said, they're exposed to weed and homeless and drugs and shit a little bit early, right? But when they do come of age, they're gonna be so fucking cool because they've seen it. I've been through it all. You know what I mean? That kid at 16 will be cooler, tougher, smarter, street smart. like more than the average, 35-year-old.
Yeah, so we're gonna stick it out. We're gonna do the high school thing here, see what happens, keep them out of jail, and then
As long as you got the money, brother. As long as we still keep putting out hit
no
records.
matter what
because-
money.
Buy tickets
No.
for the fucking festival.
Like there's a link. No, keep me in New York link. The thing is, man, no matter how much money you get in New York, they're gonna get it.
They're gonna get you.
They're gonna get it. You got one bedroom, you want two.
I know. It
You got
just
two
keeps on
bedrooms, you
going.
want a second bathroom, right?
Yeah.
No matter what.
Because
6 months
it
anyway.
is until like, if you have like a mansion in the suburbs, you finally do have enough. But in Manhattan, it's like even if you have a baller penthouse, you would still want more space because it's not that much space. You want a backyard, you want an outdoor
Yeah.
space, you want a rooftop, you want something. Because in Manhattan, it's still always like not that much. Some of those, I think there's one penthouse that went for like $190 million.
Yeah.
Sight unseen,
That
hasn't been
billionaire
built yet.
place.
An apartment for like almost 200 million or something like bananas like that. It's like, and you're on the 100th floor.
Yeah. It's a little skinny one that they built.
Yeah, Billionaires Row.
I mean,
it's
that
crazy.
is, it's all about status, but I'm like,
Yeah, someone told me when you buy one there, you have to buy the one next door for like the maid's quarter. So they built all of them with two up. It's like, ginormous condos, multiple
Yeah.
flights, and then they also have a separate one they make you buy for the maids. I don't know if it's
for the
true or not.
help.
Buddha Ben kind of did
Yeesh.
that with his business.
Yeah, Buddha does.
He bought the apartment or rents the apartment right across the hall from him for his storage.
Interesting.
That didn't care
I mean-
for a storage unit. He just got another
Just another apartment.
Yeah.
And then
Fucking
where his
high
marketing
times clothing, high clothing for high people is working out pretty well, huh?
Crazy.
Shit.
Shout out Buddha Ben.
That'd have
If
to
we
be bad.
marketed our
The guy who gets
the way
more
we
marketing than
marketed
anybody at the company.
we would all be rich.
You mentioned the festival. This festival, what's the exact name of it?
This thing's crazy. It's called Ocean's Calling.
Ocean's Calling is
Yeah.
maybe the greatest lineup for my generation, but for everybody. In such a great venue for it too, like in that Ocean City area is so awesome. I mean, it's everybody. List them off. It's like the cream of the crop.
It's crazy. I mean, you got like on your Friday night, you got Dave Matthews, Tim Reynolds, which on the beach.
Heard of them?
Yeah, like on the beach, they got this thing they do in Mexico. They do the beach thing, and
Yeah.
people want to see that. Just open air, water, something about
Guitar, fresh
it.
air,
Just like
salt water.
It's like a
booze.
bonfire for
Yeah.
50,000 people. You know?
No, that's a great way to put it.
Right? That's the vibe.
Yeah.
So we got that Friday night, along with Dirty Heads and amazing other acts. And then Saturday night is Lumineers.
Many years.
And that's going to be a killer day.
Yep.
And then Sunday is Alanis Morissette, Cyndi Lauper, there's Skip Marley. The list goes on. You know the list.
Pup Punk's on Saturday, yeah.
Saturday.
Did you know
O.A.R.
Alanis
2
is
sets.
Bob's
We're on
number
Friday.
one? That's his number one, is Alanis.
Close to my number one.
Dude,
yeah.
Alanis
real?
Morissette.
That I haven't seen live.
Is
yeah.
it Alanis? I thought it was Alanis. Alanis Morissette.
Alanis?
I say Alanis, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Alanis
yeah.
Morissette is like, the numbers she put up, bro,
Yeah.
are legendary.
Okay, she's a rock star.
Yeah.
Like you think you're
wasn't
out.
I think it was her first album too. Was Shag
Jagged
and
Little
Pill?
Pill, yeah. Well,
like-
she had like a Canada debut album.
Nah,
That was
Canada's
like
like
her
Yeah,
debut
we just
But like her
completely,
real,
like,
That's like Katy Perry had her
actual
Christian album.
debut didn't it do like 30 million
Yeah.
records?
It's like one of the top selling albums of all time still to this day.
Jagged Little Pill.
I don't know if maybe it's because of streaming or the way singles are released now or whatever.
Definitely.
I just don't think we'll see albums that go like triple diamond anymore. Because that was cool. Like every now and then, like every few years in the 90s, there was someone who did that. Like
It was like
10
Instinct,
million
Bye
records.
Bye Bye, whatever album out, No Strings Attached.
That was
that
the
the
big
last one?
news. Remember that? 1 million records
It
in a
was- it
week.
was the
Yeah, in a week.
biggest-
Yeah.
That was the
Remember
big
Usher
shit.
did almost like 2 million in a week with Confessions and like, but those numbers used to mean something.
They did.
But I remember as like a rap fan, it was always a lot of comparison about who
Plaques
sold
with
the
the
most.
records on them.
Yeah, yeah.
The coolest stuff
And
in the
that's
world.
just now. You could still go platinum, right? But it doesn't feel.
I mean,
is it streams? Is it sales? Is it
yes.
singles? Is it albums? It used to be like your album comes out on Tuesday,
Yeah.
and everybody goes to Sam Goody, and everybody buys it, and then you hear from like Nielsen, did Kanye sell more than 50, and who broke 1 million, and who's double platinum? And then in the early 90s, there was like the Michael Jacksons or the Alanis Morissettes or the rock bands that it was like, oh, they went diamond.
Mega.
Holy shit.
Mega stars.
Crazy.
And the thing now, it's it's like all in, right? So they'll say your streams, your videos, your references, your mentions, like all this
Yeah.
stuff is just pummeled into this one little stream of numbers, right? And no one really knows what it means.
Right. It's got to be the Wild West, right?
And there's no advertisements for an album. Like you're not going to hear, oh, X band has an album coming out in 2 months and talk about it. It's like came out this morning.
yeah, day of, talk about it. That's
Now let's spend
keep
money.
moving.
It's backwards.
I feel like that started, I remember that with like Beyonce when she had the overnight
right.
drop,
Yeah.
and I thought that was like because she can do that. Like I don't even need promo, but now it just seems to be the way. Also because shit used to leak, right? Now like the first time you hear most songs is on Spotify, like when it's out publicly, right?
Yeah.
And it's like go promote it now because why waste 2 months, you know?
money.
Drake did that with. If you're reading this, it's too late. That was like a big.
like a midnight
surprise.
drop, like out of
That
nowhere.
was like
yeah.
a big surprise.
Now, but that's what I mean. You got to be like
Yeah, it's like
those
Taylor
dudes
and
to do
Drake.
that.
Right.
Yeah, where it's like I don't need anything but the.
Well, the interesting
music.
thing that a lot of rappers do now is the deluxe.
Where you have like a
T-shirt
couple
or
extra.
something.
Not the T-shirt. Travis Scott did that, but then they kind of took that away because Travis Scott, like,
What happened?
He gamed the system.
he basically made it so that like if you bought a T-shirt, a CD went with it.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
so you
yeah,
sold
yeah.
5 million. It's like. Mm.
Yeah, I mean that.
Taylor was doing that with her singles too. It's like free digital download with the purchase
But-
of the song
but-
too. So
yes,
it's like 2 for the
but
price.
the
of
first
one.
person.
would have gone crazy.
did it?
Still.
Which one?
Who were we gonna say though?
I was just gonna say, like the first one when Prince, he had this idea. He's like, look, if we sell, say we're gonna sell 20,000 seats a night, with every ticket from Ticketmaster, we're gonna give you an album. So then all his then he puts his tour on sale, sells
Yeah.
1.5 million tickets,
You're double dipping.
and gets record sales for each one.
Yeah.
So these things were like popping up. All the smartest artists were doing, like everyone you just.
But you weren't getting money for that. You were just getting
Were you
numbers.
buying
for
your
that.
own inventory?
But the
That is an old school thing they used to do, and they've made that illegal now.
Oh,
You
okay.
cannot do that anymore. It's payola. There's different versions of payola. It used to be like the radio station can play your record because you took them to Vegas for 3 days. Like, you know, that's
movie
that
stars
this.
do that too with some movies where they'll like buy out like certain like
Sure.
on a ticket.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But the deluxe thing is different with Spotify. With a lot of rappers, what they'll do is they'll release their album on Friday or Thursday night at midnight, and then they'll let the album go, and then the following Friday they'll announce a deluxe,
2 more songs on
which
it.
is like 6,
Yeah.
2 to 6 more songs on it.
Machine Gun Kelly just did a deluxe with like 4 or 5 songs that clearly were like cutting room floor.
Yeah.
Like they're fine, but they were like these got cut for a reason,
yeah.
and now you're just
I'm
putting it on
all
to
set
sell
never
again.
seen him again.
But
I'm
on
so
Spotify,
You're over
it counts
him?
towards the original album sales.
So it's all just one.
It counts, but it
Oh,
counts
really?
less, I believe. I believe a physical album, like that's why you see people doing vinyl signings
yeah.
and
It's
stuff.
weighed.
Because it's like they weigh that as like a real album, and then you need
Totally.
like 15 streams to count as one
One play or whatever. Yeah,
Probably
yeah,
for
yeah,
every million streams. So like say you get 1 million Spotify spins, which is quite possible for most acts, right? You're gonna get 1 million. That equates about $7,000. That $7,000 gets split between 2. One is the master recording, whoever
Yeah.
owns or paid for the studio session to make that song.
Right.
$3,500. The other $3,500 goes to the writers and publishers, which then splits that in half.
Yeah. And then
So,
it gets to.
You
then
see that
gotta-
40 million shit, you're like, damn, that's crazy, but it's like,
It's
not
hard
that
to make,
crazy,
So that, but then,
you know?
so why, like, I think we're at the point where you don't need a record label anymore, right? I guess you still need a record label unless you're really, really good. Like, if I had
lot
talent,
of
I'd be
work.
like, I'm gonna like grassroots it on my Instagram. I'm gonna record it myself. I'm gonna,
it's still a
Yeah,
game. I
TikTok
remember
it.
sitting in a room, the Recording Academy used to, up until very recently because of some issues, whatever, you'd sit in a room and discuss the nominees, and you would get to a point where it would be, 20 nominees, and then you discuss the albums, and it gets down to the ones that they send it and then vote on, right? But anyway, you're sitting in the room, and you look up best hip hop album or best this, that, the other, and I say, oh, I know 5 artists off the top of my head that are better than this person.
Yeah,
who's
yeah,
nominated,"
yeah.
Right?
Right.
And the guy goes, yeah, but they're not on this list. So the point is, you can be the most talented motherfucker in the world, greatest shit, best beats, everything, but you need to.
Gotta play the
someone's
game.
got to work it.
Yeah. We see this.
Labels
this
work
Hal-
it. I
mean,
Halsey?
remember.
What?
Halsey put out
Yeah,
a
I'm not
video.
I don't understand what's going on.
Her record label, I think, either didn't put out or refused to record or whatever a song that she wrote and wanted to do because they said it's not going to catch on TikTok. We want a TikTok-y beat, chorus, whatever. And I don't know if that meant they didn't record it or they didn't put it out or
So
whatever it was, but she was like, I like this song, I want to do it, and she came
side
out
with
and
her on
said,
that one.
she was like, my record label says they won't put this song out unless it's on TikTok, so now a lot of the fans are like, fuck you, and da-da-da, but that's part of the game now too, is you better have a fucking dance that goes along with,
You will never.
Aren't you happy you came out when you did, bro?
You
Oh
told me the
man.
story, like, I think it was Love and Memories, and you're like, well, the studio said, like, the drum had to sound a little different. It's like, you're like, yeah, we'll play that game. Like, we'll hit the hi-hat one more time.
Great, man. We'd finished Shattered, which is arguably, we just had this song that did great. Everywhere in the world, it was amazing, great times. We'd finished it. We walk into the fucking main office at Atlantic Records, and Craig Kalman, he's a badass, he's done it all. He listens to it and he goes, something in the hi-hats, I want to explore some little thing. Can I bring in Rob Cavallo, this producer of Green Day,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I recognize that.
fuck around with it a little bit. And right at that moment, it dawned on me. I'm like, where did Atlanta? Just say yeah. He's like, yeah, best idea I ever fucking heard in my life, bro. And I'm like, that is genius.
You are awesome, like musical genius.
Fucking genius, and do it. And it came back, and then it's theirs. Then it's their passion. Then they worked it and worked it. And,
I mean, trying to convince a boss or a higher up that it's their idea, so they actually
Yeah.
push something?
Yeah.
Never heard of that. That's
Interesting.
gotta incept people, Gotta make them think it's theirs. But so,
Festival.
yeah, so the festival is like you guys are putting it together, like running it, kind of like you're the force behind it.
Man, thanks for talking about it. I was at a festival 2 years ago in Arizona. I'm talking to the guy who built the whole fucking thing. It's this company that made Lollapalooza, made Austin City Limits. They know what they're doing. We're talking about an idea. I said, O.A.R, we want to take over Vail or Aspen and just have a skiing experience, bands playing, comedians up at the club, Spade over here, this one over here, like people and it's a town takeover. We want to do it. He said, all right, and he thought about it, and he's like, yeah, that's not gonna work. So he called me a week later. He said, how about you're from Maryland.
I was gonna say, Vail, Aspen's a little bit,
He's like that.
Ocean City is like, let's go.
He's like,
baby.
listen, I don't see the connection
Yeah,
between that shit at all. Like,
I actually do, but
we had just come from there, and I had a really nice room, and I'm like,
What's the name of the place now?
we should go back.
Belly Up?
We just come from the belly
place
up,
is
so I
great.
thought, wow, Aspen would be dreamy. He saw right through. He's like, listen, you guys don't fit. It doesn't work.
Start with this one, and then next year, you know what I mean? It builds.
So then he said, what about this, Maryland? Let's find a spot. So we spent 2 years building this thing together as a team. Folks who've done it before, who know what they're doing logistically, and allowing us to create.
What's the actual venue? Is it like a theater?
It's the inlet at Ocean City, so it's a
Is it like
giant.
Is it like Secrets and all that shit?
No,
it's different.
Secrets
now,
is there uptown a little bit. This is like the beach,
The
the
beach.
pier, the amusement park. I'm talking
gonna be
like
so sick.
50, 60,000 people,
Yo.
gigantic, crazy.
Major
crazy.
names.
I can't wait.
Are you guys bugging? Like,
I don't think we're bugging.
are you doing
We're
original
excited.
stuff, or are you still doing covers and whatnot?
We'll do some
A little
originals.
bit of both?
Yeah, we were just talking about it today. Like, I think we want to like put together like a big medley of pop punk classics to come out with, like a 10-minute, just like balls to the wall in your face, hit an original, go back to some medleys.
I mean, my real girlfriend in this scenario, in this like setting,
in front of some Lumineers fans.
Yo.
Might sneak on stage during their set, hit a hi-ho.
that's got to be like a dream come true for you.
The whole festival, yeah. I can't wait for all 3 days.
Yeah, like you're playing a festival, bro.
Like we're on the
That's
poster.
crazy.
Like
And
the
the
poster
reason
says
why-
Pup Punk.
The reason why is you guys were gonna do the
Arizona.
College Bowl game.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna have a bunch of shit going on there.
Right.
I was excited to see that because I think I don't want to go into a diatribe of why I think Barstool works on so many levels.
I mean, you've been one of the OG supporters of it.
You know, like I get it, it's great, and I feel like that group, you can bring the party.
Yeah.
You brought an acoustic party to people who are trying to drink and talk, but you still get their attention. It's really hard to do. So I saw that, it went away. I felt like let's create another moment.
Yeah.
You know, so it really works out well. You guys are gonna have, I think, like a lead up to it, right?
Oh yeah, we're like booking like a Jersey Shore world tour.
Yeah, let's go. Love that.
That's really funny.
You should honestly play.
Tour.
We
New Jersey.
like when I was still partying, like we would know all the bands. Like there was the Screaming Broccolis and like Pat Roddy
Nerds were a big
band. The
one,
Nerds
like,
was a huge one where it was like they're cover bands, but they're fucking talented, and they bring me like
Fun.
they have my funnest nights of my life are with like those guys.
Yeah.
You know.
So we're looking to book like spots like
And
that.
you guys can
PFT's
book.
got
I
Pat
always
on the
laugh,
case.
man. How mad do you think some of these other bands are when these guys,
Oh, yeah.
as a joke, just sell out Irving Plaza? And,
That's-
and there are guys playing like their garage, like, you know, for 4 fans, and they've been doing it for like 20 years, and these guys are like, oh, we're just a joke band, but
Dave's
you're not
original
now.
idea too, when Dave booked the Irving Plaza show, that was off the Duncan Awards where we just had Back to School. And we were like, we don't play
So
any
just
other
play it over
songs.
and over
And he
again,
said,
right?
just play that 8 times.
It would have worked.
We were like, we're gonna have to learn a set. for
It
this.
would have worked, but I really like. It's you know, those people, it's sour grapes, but it's like, and
It was
I
like
get where
we
they're
got
coming
some of
from,
those too when we
but
put the
it's-
poster out. Like we got 90%. Oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever! Can't wait, we're coming. And then it was 10%. Like you got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
I've been in a band for how many years?
But you know what? See, the thing is,
If
though,
that band was good, they would be on the poster.
but also
Yeah,
it's like
it's-
you put your time in. Brendan Schaub gets a lot of that. There was that whole drama with him in the comedy world, and like he didn't put in his time, the same amount of time in the comedy world. He was putting it in the octagon.
Yeah.
He was doing work over here to become popular and then transfer it over.
Yeah.
So you guys were a fake band, but you were blogging and podcasting and building your audience
Take me
that
out
way.
of the equation.
You're
We're
in
talking
the
about PFT, Roan, and Frankie. Like
Right.
those are 3 of the biggest people here. Like
Well, I mean, you're selling yourself short too. You've been around as long as anybody else, and it's like you have built the following and now just turned it into music. So
Dude, look at Roan. Like this dude, I'm listening to what he's doing. I'm like, I can use some lyric help. Like when I'm fucking
he's an
stuck,
assassin, man.
he's
He
never
is
stuck.
Bars.
Never stuck.
Talk about fucking.
also, he
That
has a
is
show
so
coming
hard.
out tonight.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
The rap battle compliment show.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's
I mean,
really hard,
me,
man.
me and Clem are cut from the same cloth when it comes to rap. When I see what Roan does, I'm like, I want to be you when I grow up. He is fucking.
I get angry at him. It's like, go to Hollywood and make $1 billion.
get outta here,
Like, what are you
dude.
doing?
And every
Yeah.
say that, hey man, how's it going?
I know.
That's a motherfucker.
I know, you know too. Whenever you know, Rowan's probably just like, I can make fun of this, I can make fun of that. Oh, your
Yeah,
shirt,
yeah.
your face, your hair. You know, he is
I
always
noticed in the
dressing.
clip
you
for
down.
his show tonight that the other dude's laughing a little bit. Look, it's part of the thing, but I'm imagining, and I just wanted to know when he got there. He's like, hey, how you doing? Good to see you again. Oh, that's going. And then they're like, ding, 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 and he's like,
Let's go.
you look like a fucking this, that, or the other. You know, and they never run out of words. Which
Never.
is, look,
No,
growing
it
up
is.
where I grew up, we had such a great, diverse radio. Everything we heard was amazing because it was DC, it was the area. Like, just so many great artists, but we were exposed to lyrics early on. And then freestyling and lyrics, like, and watching folks who just take that jump. That's a leap of faith.
Yeah,
And just start talking. You don't really know where you're going. I mean, you kind of know.
People who can freestyle, I think, are
amazing.
the most talented people in the world. Where it's just
Agreed.
like this part of your brain is cooking and this part of your brain is spitting it.
Because you might say something like that doesn't fucking make sense at
You
all.
freestyle sometimes on stage, no?
I like Roan.
Rowan himself is.
I'm like, I feel good in my neighborhood, and everybody, come on, let's go. You know, like,
There's this guy on Instagram, Harry Mack. Literally, I think the most talented rapper on the planet. The freestyles that he can spit are absolutely fucking nuts, and he does it on double time, fast, slow, long, short. Just look him up, Harry Mack. It is the most impressive thing you'll ever see, and he goes on Omegle, which is like
That's still a
what's it
thing?
called? It's like chat roulette.
chat
kinda?
roulette.
Yeah.
That's not still
And
a
he
thing.
just
It's
says,
like more popular.
I think it's
That's
become
cool.
more of a thing.
oh, did he say, give me a topic? Or
He
something?
has, yeah,
No, but
he
it's not
says like
people-
say 3 things, give me
that's
3
the-
words. But what he'll do is like, so there'll be like ring light,
Oh, no.
chair, can, right? And he doesn't just work it in once. He'll work in ring light, and then he'll say light bulb, and then he'll say like things that are associated to
So
that
hard.
multiple times. So it's like, and then he gives like a whole song.
Yeah, his are crazy.
He is unbelievable, man.
Have you ever seen Juice WRLD's?
No, I've seen that one video where he just goes for like 20 minutes, right?
There's
He's just
one where
like,
he does only Eminem songs for 2 hours.
That's crazy.
It's nuts.
You know what somebody said to me? Jackie and Pavs. Wait, who said it first? Brianna said it, and then
no,
Jackie
yeah.
and Pavs were like, yeah. Brianna was like, if like I hear that somebody listens to Eminem, like they're a fucking weirdo,
She said it's a
loser,
red flag.
psychotic.
Yeah.
And I was like, which I get. I mean, I understand if you're sitting in your house just listening to Kim, like you're probably a fucking lunatic. But like, you know, some of his funnier shit or some of his like pop shit or just some of his best stuff to me is like the best rap ever. And I'm like,
They agree.
I'm a loser.
Oh, yeah.
The young kids were like, oh, absolutely. Like,
He
Wow.
only knows like a certain style of Eminem. Like,
yes.
just
He's
like
also probably thinking, I'm an awfully hot coffee pot. Like that Eminem,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
If you're listening to like the
Yeah,
Eminem
yeah.
show, Marshall Mathers LP, some of those like hits that aren't like the ones where he's ready to kill you, it's like, wait, why is that not cool?
Yeah, the ones
like
where he's
if
talking about killing his wife are way cooler.
A little bit over the top, man. It's tough. Like the way his music has aged, though, or his reputation has aged, it kills me because I'm like, this is, I think, the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And now people kind of clown him, or they're like, whatever, you know, Eminem. And I'm like, that's the oldest man moment I'll have. I'll be like, you don't even.
That's wild. That's wild.
But I think you gotta like, if I was Eminem, I would stop putting out albums because it's like, it's almost like an athlete. Like, just retire, man, because you had this great legacy, and now for whatever reason, it's just not translating, or the music has shifted, or you don't have it the same way. Like, I mean, is there? I guess I always thought of rap as like a sport almost, where like you're an athlete, you're competing.
Yes.
And I almost feel like you have a prime. But like for you, I mean, I feel like you can do this forever, no?
You know,
or do you feel like you were better. Were you a better musician when you were like 25?
Oh my
No,
God.
right.
We always say to each other, we say we're so lucky that we didn't take off. I mean, we were doing the interview Sway and the
TRL?
what was it?
You met Carson Daly?
TRL. I was gonna say TLC. So old.
You old as fuck,
Holy
man.
shit. But you do all that shit, and we're like, I'm glad we didn't take off because we didn't think we were just not ready.
Like polished.
We needed to play
Yeah.
thousands and thousands of shows.
Really?
So I'm glad. Look, I look at the
How
classics.
long from like when did you, like, how long had you been in it before? What was your first hit?
The first hit, I think, was when again, Napster happened.
Yeah. Napster was-
we were getting calls from places we'd never even heard of.
Yeah.
And then we'd follow them up. Like, we'd be in college for 3 or 4 days a week, and we would follow the trend. Like, if something said it's popping off in Vegas for us, we would go to Vegas for 3 days and just play. And we'd follow it around, and that's what we had to do back in the day, because there's...
And Napster, like, it was
Napster.
popular on Napster, a lot of people downloading it.
It got crazy. Crazy. And then we had a song that did pretty well, but I don't think it really went bonkers until like Shattered, probably,
I would
right?
say Hey Girl was on the radio though.
Yeah, it was all on the radio. Like, we had great runs. We had all kinds of shit you wouldn't believe, and it was amazing, but we weren't ready.
Yeah.
It was going by so quickly.
Right.
When I look at the classics, and I look at the groups that are around forever, it's not, they don't put stuff out so quickly. It's not like single,
Yeah. Kinda wait on it.
album.
Yeah.
Fucking chill out.
Right.
Put some shit out, go on the road for 2 years.
Right.
Play everywhere. I think that's what will elongate the career, even in this digital
But
age.
people gotta want it, because you go away for 2 years and people forget about you. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
go
Like-
away. What I mean is go away and go on the road.
Right,
I mean
so you're
actual
still getting to the people,
Yeah,
yeah.
so the younger artists, I don't have much to give to a younger artist. They know so much more about how surviving.
Yeah,
how
I'm
to
sure.
survive now.
Right.
But if you want to make money, go on the road.
Tour.
Yeah,
Right.
play
It's all
shows.
about touring.
Yeah, and that'll
Because the
elongate
record
you.
labels are just gonna fucking.
Yeah, it's like they do their service, they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as you're in on the deal and you know what we're in for, we license our records to the labels. We make them, pay for them. We don't borrow money. We don't take tour support, not a penny. It's a high interest loan.
Yeah.
You know,
that's a way
you
to
get
put it.
it's very high interest. So you
Right.
just, you make it yourself, you license it back to them, and everybody wins. You know, it's,
Are you guys ever gonna put like an album together? You think?
We were supposed to. There was like an ad deal that fell apart where someone was going
Fuck
to
ad
fund
deals,
like an
though.
album for us.
Yeah.
And then I guess we didn't realize, or the sales team didn't realize that they were going to like take all of our money for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
So that
That's
fell
what the
apart.
record labels and shit do,
That
right?
fell
It's
apart,
like,
but-
we'll give you studio time and then we own you.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Fuck that.
But in the lead up to Ocean's Calling, part of the thing about these new shows is we're putting together a new song and music video. So new music.
I'm telling you, I heard a demo that you guys were making, and I can sing it right now. I mean, I know the melody right,
Yeah.
and that's what separates. Like, if you can remember something,
Yeah.
you can play me something. I'll go, good job.
Yeah, but it sticks with you.
But if it's,
I mean, my real
That's
girlfriend,
PFT, like
I've said
PFT
forever.
has melodies.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that melody comes
That's a
from
great
My real
melody.
girlfriend, if Blink put that song out, it would be like number one. You know, it would be like a smash hit. It's just that kind of. And yeah, I sat in on that studio session with you guys that one time, and just watching him kind of like think through his guitar riffs, just like
Super impressive.
Oh no, that okay, not that. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
He knows
what the
time
fuck
it
is that?
He definitely does.
Yeah.
Because I watched him learning. Was it Skinner?
Yeah, Freebird.
Right?
Yeah,
He's been learning that forever.
Yeah. He's been trying
People are gonna
Freebird for a
fucking. The
minute.
first thing you're gonna hear when you walk out on that stage,
Oh my God.
you're gonna be thinking, "This is my shit. This is my moment." And they're gonna go, "Freebird!" No. And you know what? For the first time ever, he's gonna be able to play it.
You know, he's been throwing the solo into other songs live. So like, we'll
that's
play like "Love Story" by Taylor Swift, and he'll
And then
replace
work it
the
in.
solo with the Freebird solo.
That's funny.
What made you do Johnny Cash the other night at our show?
So I just kind of grew up listening to the Outlaws and stuff like that. I like that story. I think, and then it's something I enjoy to do.
That's why I thought it was cool. Because we had our show in Philly, and that's when the music video for "In the Clouds" was coming out, and John was the star of it. You want another one?
Yeah.
And
Great video.
and so Mark came, and we were gonna debut the video, talk about it a little bit, and then Mark was gonna play a couple songs. And at soundcheck, he did "Ring of Fire," and I just thought he was just fucking around with whatever was in his head. And he did that at for the show. And I was like, I hope you just did that because you just wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it, just play what you wanted to play.
Yeah, I look at that. I really just respect the classics. I just love what they went through. They got in cars and drove around with just them and their instruments.
And man,
made that shit happen.
That had to be such a dope time.
Oh my God.
I debate whether it's like there's probably a lot of benefits of nowadays with the phones and the technology, and you can get your music out and you can get laid and you can party and you can get rich and become famous from fucking for nothing and all that. But in a time where it was just like get in your car, chase your music around the country with Napster and just play and then disappear, and those people will never see you again, and you know what I mean? Like, leave that city and on to the next one. It's like...
Everyone had more of a mystique, too.
Yeah,
so
that's
much
what I mean.
cooler.
Yeah, when an album came out, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Remain that, keep that.
Yeah.
Okay, because look, I'm all about fucking... I love that people do that. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I just took a shit. I get it's cool, but there's got to be some sort of
mystery.
Yeah.
But see, what I do, because the way I've gone about it is just showing everything, because I think you got to really be really talented, really interesting, really whatever to be mysterious, where it's like when, it's like I want to know more about it. If they don't want to know more about you, you can't be mysterious.
You know who does it the best?
Because then they just don't care,
Is Caleb. He does it the best here. Like, you always
enough.
want more out of Caleb, but
Yeah.
I think he does it, and he just lives the life too, just down in Florida.
A lot of people are working the system pretty well right now.
You're right. You got to back it. You're right. You gotta back it. You can't be mysterious and then just be completely
But
uninterested.
everything Caleb puts out is like banger, banger, banger,
Yeah.
banger.
Yep.
Yeah, no, but the Foreplay guys and the
Live show Foreplay Boys.
Pup Punk's right there. You're working the system too. You're right You're right on the verge of doing like a world tour New Jersey.
That's the goal.
That is so good.
World tour New Jersey is a very funny line.
Jersey Shore World Tour.
That is
We're
good
gonna have
shit.
shirts and everything.
And then the
all
shows
dates in
don't
the back.
even need to be in New Jersey because the festival's in Maryland.
Yeah, that's even funnier.
We're just working our way down. Yeah.
You know
How
what
about
I
that
mean?
new Tat?
Oh yeah, got it yesterday.
Little indie band that.
Little indie band, the Beatles.
Yeah.
What is it?
Let me see.
Not colored yet, but
Are you gonna color it? Because I actually
gonna-
thought it was kind of cool. The way
I know. I actually, when I got it done, I was
Because I like the way.
How'd you
like,
decide-
with no eyes. I think it's cool.
Who got the armpit? Ringo?
Ringo had to get it. Sorry, Ringo.
No
but
respect, man.
he's gotta. He also was the only one that really fucking killed.
See,
Yeah, this
I
shit,
love that you like I couldn't get Tupac, Dre, Snoop.
I know, dude. That's the worst part of being a rap band.
Yeah, it's like, how am I supposed to? I would love to have that vibe cover of those guys tattooed on my back. But
Do it.
You guys know,
Death Row
You
across your
Lyricist Lounge or any of those old. So like you're a hip hop fan, right?
Yeah.
Check out like Raucous Records.
Raucous was awesome.
Right, so coming up in New York, you're a New Yorker. You're
Lyricist
from here.
Lounge, like Volume 1, Volume 2, all that shit, right? Yes.
The Lyricist
yes.
Lounge. Check that out, because it's like, it's a throwback to guys like Eminem, guys like that when they're doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking about people nowadays going, well, that's just that old dude. No.
No, when you hear that shit, that's
through.
timeless.
Yeah.
I went to Mercury Lounge over the last weekend for some live music, and then when the band I was there to see finished up, this DJ got on, and they were doing, it was called, like the set was called Notorious, and it was like a 2-hour DJ set of, like they said, from hip hop's like golden era. And as we were walking out the door, the songs they were playing were like Outkast and Das Effects and all the shit. And I was like, one more. It was just a DJ. It wasn't like a performance, but I was like, it's weird how just a good playlist rap music to me like that feels like I'm at a concert because it's just like
Yeah.
I forgot about that one. I forgot about that one. Oh, they put that one together with this, and it was just
the competitive nature you just mentioned before about hip hop music is found nowhere else.
I talk about rappers like athletes, like who's Lil LeBron, who's
That's what makes
the
it so
KD.
interesting.
That's what makes it so
That's like
interesting.
a major part of
And I
why
think that's, I mean, you guys, you probably still do feel it with the new generation, but I feel like the old generation, because it was Jay-Z and Nas and Biggie and Pac, and it was like everybody. Now, maybe I'm just an old man, but it just doesn't feel like
they
it's
make
as many
jokes about on
hits.
the internet, like they used to literally kill each other, now they tweet at each other.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Young Thug and Gunna and them are fucking killing people. Those guys are about that life, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always thought of it as when Kanye and 50 went head to head on their albums, and it was like, that was like the finals. That was like the, who's gonna win, LeBron or Curry.
Didn't 50 sell more?
No. Kanye.
In that one exact.
Yeah.
No. In that, Kanye murdered him in that
Yeah.
Why do I think Get Rich or Die Trying was like the biggest?
one. Oh, because that wasn't that album.
Okay.
That was Massacre, I think, or Curtis, or
Got
whatever.
it.
Get Rich or Die Trying, I think, beats like
It was
everything.
Curtis, right?
It was. I think it was
Master.
Graduation
Doesn't even matter.
versus Curtis, or Graduation versus Massacre, and it was like no.
It's like reggae music though. When that started, it was about like their sound systems, right? So they would cart around these speakers, and the people with the biggest speakers, like the biggest sound system, that was the competition in reggae music. It wasn't and like MC, master of ceremonies. The job was to move the crowd, get people moving. The sound system was the competition, and that's how they would flex on. Like,
Well, that's why Versus is so sick. Did you?
Yeah, it's amazing.
There should be like an O.A.R.
Man,
dispatch Versus.
we used
you
to
guys
joke-
can just get a bunch of college kids high and just fucking jam.
Oh,
band
back in the
and
day,
forth.
me and Matt Nathanson used to always be like, wouldn't it be great if there was like a pussy ass acoustic rock battles? You know what I'm saying?
Who would be like your Versus? Who would it be? O.A.R. versus who?
Dispatch would work, right?
I mean, Dispatch in my mind, but I feel
Dispatch would be, yeah.
I know like one or two
don't-
Dispatch
no,
songs.
yeah,
They don't
O.A.R.
have
Right.
they don't have the catalog like O.A.R. does.
Mraz, and like he's like a person who I know a lot of songs.
How
by.
about
Dave?
Well, I don't know if I can.
Step out with
the king.
Dave.
Yeah, he's the king. Hey.
311 makes sense.
311
Oh,
might.
first tour, man, the nicest fucking people. The first
Are they?
tour we ever went on, the first big tour,
wow.
311 and Alien Ant Farm in O.A.R.
Yes, Alien and
And you know when they put out that, Annie, are you okay?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
They were doing that, and then Sandler was doing a movie, and he hired all those bands to recreate like the Cure songs and Marley songs by those bands. So that tour, I was just watching them all make these songs. The band partied so great, well. Yeah. Partied so well every night. Buses are rocking. I'll never forget how nice they were. We were so green. We didn't know anything about anything, and they took us under their wing and just were so nice.
I mean,
311.
doing
My favorite.
if there
Big
was
fan, love it.
O.A.R. versus, I mean, when you drop Crazy Game of Poker, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over. I mean, that's
We
like.
got lucky, man.
Yeah, that's.
We got so damn lucky.
Whatever verses, whatever they want to do, like you can battle this song versus that song, and then it's like, but then we lose at the end.
It's like
when they play Crazy Game.
lose, win.
The best is when their original label, it was Mayer, Maroon 5, Sheryl Crow, O.A.R. and like wasn't Mayer opening for you?
No, so yeah, but that's not that. But that's not. Listen, it was
knew
a
what we-
short fucking thing.
He was like, I gotta do this one more time, and then I'm going,
That's
international.
exactly right.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
on that tour, you're on tour. These are your buddies. You're coming up with them. You see what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, when I'm sleeping in the morning, not feeling great, like Feitelberg. I'm not feeling great. You know, John's up at 7, going to the radio station, playing, doing the work, doing.
Well, that's
the
where I
work,
say it's like your prime, you know. What I mean?
doing the work.
Yeah.
He look. That
he's a
dude
cool
does
cat.
the work. Respect. So
He might be like number one if I had to trade lives with somebody. I think it would be him.
Really?
John Mayer.
John Mayer.
I feel like he's because he's
highly
like,
talented dude.
because
Yeah,
he's
that would be
but
pretty
he's
sweet.
highly talented, but I also love like the way he's kind of mysterious. He's not
like
all
cool
over the
napalm,
place.
bro.
He actually recently has been more a part of social media, but again in small doses.
Yeah,
and just
even though he
enough.
is, he-
and then
he
when he
keeps
does
a
it, it's
distance.
funny.
Yeah.
And he did the Chappelle stuff a little bit. He does have a sense of humor. He can play all types of music.
he
women,
did
the women,
Rob
you know, it's crazy. What?
He did Fantasy Factory.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
was like
Yeah.
friends with Rob Dyrdek.
Yeah, like that's what
Those are the funniest episodes
has
ever.
fun with the way he like
So
whatever
smart.
fame he's gotten.
Seems like he's been famous for like 100
Forever.
He has
So
been.
you
and
remember
he
that
says he's
Chappelle-
smart too. He says like I was like, I would love to get him on a podcast, you know, and I started like seeing what other podcasts he's done, and he's like, I will get myself in trouble, so I don't do that kind of shit. He like barely does any appearances because he's got a loud mouth, or the stories are gonna come out. Dating.
Do you remember the Chappelle show when he was on it?
Yeah,
it was like when he's playing guitar.
His Casio watch.
People can't help but dance.
Yes, yeah.
I think that's the moment that it became massive.
Yeah,
I really believe because it just became.
It also was
everyone
like demo. You know what I mean? It's like
everybody
gets a taste.
It was crazy, and it was a last minute addition, and a last minute thing. So moments. Back to Pup Punk. It's like you in this business, in my opinion. I don't know much, but it's like creating moments, as opposed to trying to do it every single day. It's just like put one out there.
Right.
Playing the festival in September. That's out there. Let's work to get. You know what I mean? It's like people are looking these days for instant gratification, instant fame, instant everything. And I just feel that if you look at the classics, the ones that last forever, they post stuff up.
Yeah.
It's not so tight.
Right.
It's spread out.
A couple singles here and there, and then you get like a home run, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's going to be a time. I think we're going to do DC Thursday night for KFC Radio.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Locals. I'm pretty sure we locked down the venue. Yeah.
Which one?
I think the Improv in DC.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to do Thursday night the 29th for like the local people and anybody who wants to maybe come down, do that Thursday, and then come to the festival.
We got to make something.
Yeah.
We're making a big weekend out of it.
Yeah, buddy.
A little 9:30.
Yeah.
You guys got to come and get on stage at the festival and talk to that crowd.
Oh, Jesus.
Mark had a beer and a half.
I don't know. I'm ready for rock band.
I saw you in Philly. That shit was good, man.
Intro us.
Great. Yeah.
It's like, here's Pup
Feitelberg can
Punk.
sing. When we were in Vegas, he did. Man, did you hear him when he did?
Yeah, I heard him.
He's gonna dance around. He
He did the Screamo cover.
He can
Yeah, what did he
physically do it,
What
but
did he do?
I have it on my
Wasn't
phone.
it Sarah Bareilles?
He did a Screamo cover
Was it
of.
unwritten?
Was it unwritten?
Yeah.
Hey, will someone tell me the unwritten? What do y'all? What's
That was
going on?
Natasha Bedingfield.
I think it's a Chicago thing.
Why is everyone?
no. That's just an internet thing, but it is a Chicago thing.
They were the ones that in our world kind of like.
Well, but that's kind of so they did like they did a draft of like best, I think like
Was it karaoke?
party songs, karaoke songs, whatever. And Chief drafted Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield, the theme song of Laguna Beach, all that shit. And all the guys kind of laughed at him.
Oh.
And then, like in the last couple of years, that song had a moment where, like, young black kids on TikTok were dancing to it kind of in an ironic way. Yeah. And it's funny because it's the Laguna Beach song, but like all these people are now like blasting it, and it became like in an ironic way. But it was up there with Party in the USA.
It's had
and
so
Miley
many
and all that
lives.
shit. Yeah, and so the guy who drafted it, who got all the shit for it, was like, I fucking told you guys. But that was more like, I don't think they caused it as much as he
not
correct.
Just in our world.
Told you.
I feel like.
In our world. He definitely.
I remember that comedian Zach Fox would go on tour with Kenny Beats, and he would play it.
Yeah.
And like,
because
he wouldn't even sing it.
Ironic,
he would just play
but
it.
It's like, but everyone knows it, and it does build up, and it it bangs, it goes.
I think like Wallow and Gilly have one of their videos with it.
Yeah, they just Bobby
rocks.
Shmurda. They put that over it. Yeah.
Yeah, but the Feitelberg Screamo cover is pretty sweet.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up there. So, can people get tickets to this festival yet, or
They're on sale?
On sale now? Okay.
Oh, it's crazy.
So, and what's it called again?
Ocean's Calling.
Ocean's Calling. Unbelievable lineup. Check the poster.
OceansCallingFestival.com.
These guys will be there. So go get the tickets. Happy birthday to my main man.
Oh,
Big Daddy Dog. Big 4-0 for DeClembe.
Yes.
You don't look a day over 38, brother.
You look like 1,000.
Bob, you got the big 2-5 coming up?
No, 2-4.
2-4. You're not even.
Oh no!
I can't believe that.
gun.
You're not. You're 23 right now.
Nobody likes you when you're 23.
Hey.
Holy shit.
Hey.
Fuck me.
I thought by now he had to be like 25.
I thought fine. I actually thought the other day, like, all right, finally, like Rhea and Hank and Bob will be like, they got to be like 28 now. Nope. Jesus.
Got some time.
You're.
All right. Enjoy ketosis, bro.
Thanks.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Good
See
luck.
you guys next
Couple
week.
hours to go.
Like he just like passed out.
I'm about to pass out.
Make sure you subscribe to KFC Radio on YouTube to get all the video content. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you know whenever new video content drops.
I want to say something, but the video has to be faster. That's it.